It's Saturday. Right? It's early, so I don't expect that you've done your training yet, but I'm getting started to get it off my plate. So let's see how today goes. I'm still recovering. Pulled something in my neck like almost 2 weeks ago, so we're gonna have to take it easy. But we still show up. Boys, Angel, good morning or afternoon, depending on, I can't remember where you are. How are you? Have you done your training today? Move these closer. If I can. Wow, 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 wow. Brandon, good morning. How are you, dear? You ready? We're heating up, so we're going to be flashing the muscles pretty quick here. If your back is still messed up, don't overdo it today. Thank you, Brandon. I do need to remind myself, and sometimes I forget to do that. But yes, today is definitely easy day. Boy, does it feel good. As always on stream. I'm fine. How are you? Finer now. You did your training, Angel? Nice. Thank you, madame. Mwah, first like of the day. Oh yeah, pull it. Tug that thick black rope, right? I know. Welcome, everybody. This Saturday morning, I want to know, do you like to party? Okay, because I do. It's already hot. All right? Mwah. Madame. All right, is this music going or what? Okay. All right. See, we want to show the arms on the battle ropes to get a good pump, you know. So especially like here, here, here. We're taking it easy though. We're taking it easy, okay? Because I'm tired of being able to do roundhouse kicks to the head, but then I do it slightly wrong, and then I can't walk or look to the right for a week and a half. You know, it kind of like shoots a really big hole in the whole like badass black belt thing. Anyway, this is the Karate Master. You know it. You've seen it. The rumors are true. I'm debating on. You have. Yes. You know, I'm debating on. I can't be doing sidekicks and shit quite yet, but I'm debating on going comedy or nunchucks later on. We'll see what happens. Let's get working. Probably last set of this, and then we'll move into the real work. Make sure you can see me. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we like. You know, a lot of people do battle rope, and the regulars know this, but I don't do these big ass waves because I'm not trying to work my back, you know? I'm trying to keep it stable while I affect other things. So this is a little bit more muscle building for me than it is for a lot of other people. sort of letting everything happen at the shoulder blade down. But then this stays relatively the same. And I'm a little soft in the knees. Okay. Slight presentation to the rear. This has been super helpful for shoulder health. Right, I do this as a warm-up a lot of times because you can go side, which gets your external rotators this way, internal rotators if you do these big things. So, you know, 3 dimensions is the key. This music is not hyping me up. Get into the traps here a little bit too. Next song, please. I'm also, because I'm leaving my wrists a little relaxed, I'm getting into the forearm flexors a little bit. Miyagi, you can do it, Kyle. I believe in you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I can do all things through chat, who strengthens me. See, if I go too slow, then it becomes like a back thing and I can feel it. Okay, we're almost done with this. What are our plans for Saturday, chat? It's sensei, not sensei. I'm far above a sensei. Oh, shit. Everyone look out. Charles is a badass. Everyone look out. Is your family Turkish immigrants? You remind me of my friend. No. I do have a lot of chest hair real estate. So I get a lot of like, from here down, I get like Middle Eastern or like, you know, Eastern Soviet bloc. But then from like up here, I get a lot of other things. The body hair is from Scotland and Wales, not the Turks. Okay, almost done. Actually, I think this is done. Okay, one last little. Yep. Next item. Oh, God. Yeah, see, pumps happening. We're getting some vascularity. Okay. Getting a little blood flow. It's happening. My plans for Saturday is going on to a boat, says Amanda. And we're going to dry off and then go to a monster truck game. It's a game? I thought it was like a show. LOL, fair enough. Unexpected day off. Pretty happy. That's good, Timothy. That's what we like to hear. Ah, the barest of brothers. Hello, Pure Technique. Good to see you. Back's doing a little bit better. I'm now at the point where I can turn. This is where I feel some tension, you know? So I'm slowly getting real estate. You know, I can do this, but trying to bend this way, it like grabs. So, you know, it's a game of degrees like anything else. Even though I do generally like my job, that's important. I mean, I don't, but you know, it helps the time go faster. Gemma, hello. How are you? Was it a trap tear? I don't think so. It's because it started low, and then it started here, and it affected because the low curve gets affected. Then that has a ripple effect in the thoracic. So then the trap that's like all the way down here gets pulled, which pulls on the neck. So it's like a bunch of things that pull on each other. We're all just a series of meat pulleys. You know what I mean? Green Ranger. I taught him this, and look at him now. Exactly. Was it from lifting? No, it was from the last karate stream I did. I want to say it was doing, but I don't know because sometimes when I'm warm, it takes until after I cool down to feel it. So I think it was doing axe kicks. I didn't strike anything, but just the explosive hamstring pull, I think, pulled everything from underneath. I think that's what it was. Oh dang. Yeah, and that's the other thing too is like I'll do like one-handed back springs and stuff for dance. I'm totally fine. But I do something that I've done 50,000 times in the dojo and I'm gone for like a week and a half. So that's where I'm wondering where it's like is it the movement or is it the movement quality of being explosive that's the problem? Right? Because you need explosiveness for striking. So it's like, you know, I can't keep recovering from these things. You know, it's just so bad. Hi, Hayden. You're new. Oh, welcome. Uh, but essentially, it's like I need to figure out the cause. Whether it's like if I just need to do kata mostly from now on, or if it's I can't kick very high from now on. Stuff like that. So I'm just not really sure what I'm gonna do. Because here's the thing, as Mike Tyson would say, it's spinal. Exactly. Mike Tyson shadowboxing was insane. He's very stiff. Keep it up, slime. What does that mean? It's the explosion of the technique. The twitch fiber was torn, so it takes time, brother. Right, and so it's like, but that's the thing where it's like, I might only get one explosive day every like several weeks, which is like it's hard to maintain that kind of quality when you can't train it, Like once a week is like my ideal, or like 10 days is my ideal like speed training window between sessions. Like if I were going to sprint, I'd sprint once every 7 to 10 days. But if it takes me like 3 weeks to recover, then it's like I'm not even making the adaptations to get better. You know what I mean? So it's like I work and then I get reduced, and I work and I get reduced. So I'm just doing the same stretch of 5 meters over and over and over. So it's one of those things where it's like, do I need to change the entire game? I don't know. Love from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you. I love Kip. You a Ninja Turtle? I am a bit of a Ninja Turtle. That is sort of my build. I'm very like back heavy. Don't train being explosive. You need to take 1 week just for recovery. Yeah, well, now this is like, I want to say almost 2 weeks or something. I can't remember when that last stream was. Here's the other thing is like, I don't necessarily need to train kicking above the head. I've already done it. I've done it 80,000 times. So like how many more reps do I really need to do at this stage in my martial arts career? Like I can train heavily and get like a couple extra percentage points, but like why? I don't need it. And I can go years off and still kick to the head. So then it's like, okay, maybe I'm just done practicing certain things. Okay, I'm a boy though. Okay, Deborah, that's fine. Yo, I'm almost off green belt finally. Nice, William. What kata are you training for your next promotion? I'm editable. What's up, Baldy? What's up, 1, 2, 3, 4? Deborah says, I'm black and I'm a boy. Well, congratulations on both. Pure technique. My Wing Chun teacher does a special type of healing he does over the phone. No joke, I can't remember what he calls it. You'll have to give me your Wing Chun practitioner's either school of thought or... Hello, Lucas. How are you? This is a little church music-y. All right. We're going to do a little legs now. Again, not really working to build muscle. I think I'm out of the muscle building game at this point. You know, I think now I'm just like, honestly, I will on Instagram. Hell yeah. Bonito biceps. Thank you. I don't really train them that much. So it's, you know, I'm torn because it's like I'm on Instagram and shit. And it's like, well, maybe I want to have big guns. But, you know. Hi, Derek. How are you? Do you party? Because here it's always a party. All right. Sucks that a 5-year-old with a Glock can put every combat fighter on the ground every time. Bro, tell me about it. It frustrates me to no end. Not even a Glock, but like a knife. You can just walk forward like this with a knife, and it's deadly. And it's not fair that I've spent 20, 25 plus years or whatever training to fight without a weapon for some idiot to go, oops, and then, you know, it bothers me a lot, trust me. What else we got? Show us your body. Okay. I party, Sensei. Hell yeah. I know that, Puritan. I know. There was never a question. Charles. 6-dan Rokudan Karateka here in Okinawan Kyokushin. Call me Shihan, not Sensei. I don't, technically, Charles, I don't have to call you anything. And usually, look, you get a lot of props for being Okinawan. I don't know that Kyokushin is strictly Okinawan. But here's the thing. I'm a sensei, but unless I'm teaching somebody something, and even then, I don't make them call me anything. Okay? See, Charles, it's a little off-putting when you jump into chat and you immediately start pulling rank. Right? It's like, if you have to tell me what your rank is, I don't give a shit. Okay? I've beaten Rokudans. I've beaten Hanshis. It doesn't matter. Okay? Facts. Rank doesn't mean anything on the streets. It doesn't mean anything in the dojo. I've seen 12-year-old black belts. I've kicked the shit out of Hanshis, Kyoshis, all of them. Okay? It doesn't matter. I've gotten my ass kicked by a yellow belt. So, listen, Charles. Maybe you didn't intend for that. Cap. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Here's the thing. I'm old. I've lived a long and storied life. Also, here's the thing. You weren't there. I would have invited you, but you have a bad attitude. You see what I mean? So I don't need you to believe me to reinforce the reality that I experienced. Okay, a lot of people don't believe that I've been to, you know, very large, eyes wide shut kind of parties. I don't care. That's the thing, because when you can beat other people that are higher ranks, whatever, when you get invited to these, you can't hurt me. I've already succeeded. And you're saying, the gold medal you won isn't real. I don't give a shit. I have many more. Pure technique. Kids are the most untrained killers out there because you never see it coming from a kid. Right. And they're not smart enough or experienced enough to understand that it's not fucking worth it. Pure technique. I've trained with Shifu, Hanshi, Shihan. They all are hypocritical ass heads. Right. And you notice how there hasn't been a follow-up comment after that. Sorry for taking so long, but the kata is Naihanshi Sho. Ooh, nice. I can't remember if the suffixes, which Naihanshi is which. The best instructors I've had are the ones I call brothers straight up. Well, brother, I appreciate that. And that's a thing, man. This guy loves wiener soup. Well, Jason, if you would stop making it, maybe I would stop chugging it. Okay, but you're just so good at making the wiener soup. Larry, what's up? Yeah, and that's a thing. Is like, I can't stand the self-righteous horseshit. Okay, you call me sensei because I'm daddy and I'm the boss, and you have to call me that. That's what you sound like, bro. Okay, who's the alpha in the room? The one that says, I'm an alpha, you have to call me an alpha. Or the one that's sitting in the back smoking who didn't notice you come in. you gotta think 1 degree beyond your first reactions, okay? Because they tell on you. Hey Jason, can you whip me up another bowl? Bow to your sense. Exactly. Exactly. You must respect me. That's the first way that no one's gonna fucking respect you. It's the same thing when it's like, you have to find me attractive and make out with me. No one's gonna think you're attractive with that attitude. You have to talk to me. No, actually, no. Now they definitely don't. Get out of your dojos for once in your life, okay? It's not that serious. It's karate, okay? I can see you have no body fat. Can you live a healthy life without no body fat? Do you need body fat? First of all, Mad Beast King, as one Mad King to another, I recognize you. The second thing is, I'm naturally sort of like, I mean, I eat for this. Like, I'm not super shredded, right? I still have some body fat. It's unhealthy to be at a very low single digit body fat percentage because like your hormones get affected. So if you're like 5 or lower percent, then your testosterone is fucked. Like you're not getting your it's like choosing not to do steroids after doing steroids a bunch. Like you're leaving a bunch of stuff on the table. So it can be unhealthy in that your joints don't have protection, right? Fat cushions your joints. That's why ballerinas, they're so thin, no fat. That's why they have to retire when they are, 26, because their joints have been bone on bone the whole time. So I think the best is, oh, this is funny. So you do need body fat. You need fat to live. You need fat for your brain as well. So I mean, healthy is anywhere between like maybe 8 to 20% for men, probably like 15 to 25 for women, something like that. I was bullshitting. I took a little taekwondo. Okay, Charles. I believe 8 or 9th Q, whatever the Korean equivalent of Q. Maybe getting back into martial arts now. It's fun as an older person, right? If you've done it before and then you come back to it, it's different because you then like have the like real world perspective that you can take. Jason says, "Hey, foreskin head. Hi. Do you think this is like a foreskin?" Hmm. Maybe I need to do my treatments. Looking small, brother. Keep up the no gains. Thank you, Machismo. Dude, you're getting fit. Natty all the gay. All gay long, I've been natty. Okay, I'm freaking out. I have less body fat. I've been too focused on trying to get shredded. Should I just go eat some fast food or something? No. Mad Beast King, you're thinking in extremes. Okay, I'm gonna work out while we talk. You're thinking in extremes, and I used to do this. It's like if I'm not min maxing everything, I'm not getting anything. That's the wrong attitude. Okay, you can try to be shredded. It's just with anything else, when you go into the extreme, the amount that you have to put in exceeds how much you get out, right? So it's like when you start working out. Okay, I'm gonna slow the music so I can talk. God damn it! Shut up. Okay. Um, with extremes, like again, 3% body fat, you're nearing the danger zone. So your body goes into an emergency state, right? If you eat no carbs, you go keto. Keto is an emergency state thing, right? So these things are extremes. So when you first start working out, you make gains very easy, right? You do 2, 3 sets, you do that twice a week, you start making gains. You put in 5%, you get 50% return. But then when you start getting to the end ranges, right? Putting on your 220, right? You try to put on 2 more pounds of muscle, and it takes 100% effort to get 1% out of it. So you got to tell yourself, like, at what point is the amount I'm putting in giving me what I want back? Because if you're putting in 20 hours in the gym a week, you're cutting all the carbs, you're doing all this stuff, and it's not practically making a huge difference, if it's not moving the needle, why do it? I was force feeding myself 5,000 fucking calories a day, waking up at 2 in the morning to chug concrete mix to try and get big, to force it, just for like an extra pound or two. The stress on the body is so not worth it, right? So do what you do, 80%, and then the last 20%, that's min maxing. Okay, you can do it if you want to, but if you want the most bang for your buck, eat fast food once in a while, right? Have a little bit of sugar. You don't have to be black and white about everything. And in fact, that is how I've gotten hurt most of the time, is trying to min max when it didn't actually matter. I need this deadlift PR today because I want it today. Well, I tore a ligament in my spine that I will forever be affected by. Was it worth it? No. Don't freak out. It's not that big of a deal. Right? If you're in the NFL and you're getting the shit slammed out of you by 300-pound bulls of men every single fucking day, yeah, you're going to have to take steroids to keep up. It's not at that level, it's not about getting huge. It's that you cannot keep up with the volume and the demands naturally. You need more recovery time. But the NFL makes millions, millions, millions of dollars. So they can't afford to wait, right? They need more, they need a faster turnaround. So you have to keep up. What I'm doing here is a Bulgarian split squat for anyone interested. I've got my foot up here. So I'm getting a very deep stretch and then some glute activation. Glutes are very important for the back. Poop on me. I don't really need to right now. I'll let you know in a bit. 35. Nice. More of an Andrew Taint. Interesting that you would say something like that. How could I have ever anticipated that you would say something like that? I don't know. Let's ask the board. Okay. Because by my count, it's been 403 people telling me that I look like Andrew Tate. Okay. We get some other ones. Murr from Impractical Jokers is a common one. We get, it's mostly bald people, of course. This is Three Stooges. What do you mean Stooges? Charles, recovering addict here. 10 years mostly clean. Got a girl I knew back in the drug scene in the 2000s that changed her life. She now has her own studio for 7 years, BJJ, head instructor. Hell yeah, Charles. Well, congratulations on beating addiction. That is really fucking hard. And people that haven't been addicted to something don't get it. So, congratulations, nice work, and keep it up. Right? Everything's a spectrum, but you're doing the good work. I don't use steroids. I was thinking about it. Honestly, Mad Beast, I can't recommend it. Because again, it's something you have to maintain constantly or it goes away. So if you have to go on vacation, if your insurance changes, if your prescription is no longer available, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Once you start on that stuff, if you go any significant depth into a cycle, that's it. Like your testosterone production is fucked forever. And now you have to go to the doctor, even if you don't want to. Okay, so do whatever you want, it's your life. But my personal stance is if I have to go ask another man and pay him to give me ball juice so I can get an extra 10 pounds of muscle, I'm kind of a bitch, right? And again, I'm not really judging people that take steroids, but I just would feel like a bitch. Can I have 5% more, please? Please, I'll pay you. It's way less masculine and manly and testosterone filled to go like, please, can I be bigger? I'm fine with how big I am. Well, I've been huge, right? So like, I've gotten over it. But here's the other thing: is that once you get that big, once you get to your maximum size, very little has changed. You're not going to get a lot more attention. People might be afraid of you. At least in my experience, that was what I got. But they will not be like, "Oh, you're so fucking hot." You know what's really hot to most people? being a little lean, a little bit of tone, that's it. That is enough for 90% of the scenarios you're going to be in. So ask yourself why you're doing it. All right, do you need to feel bigger? Address your body dysmorphia. And I'm telling you, as someone that has had body dysmorphia very, very bad. We love you, Mad King. Just fun trolling you. Oh, it's fun. And my hackles are sometimes up because I frequently get trolled, right? You know, it was like 2 weeks into streaming karate when people were like telling me they were gonna fucking kill me and all this stuff. So I gotta test you. You know what I mean? Steroids has helped me and many gym goers. Just because you quit doesn't mean you lose your muscle. Right, and you can maintain it, but again, it's like for people, again, if you're older, you need TRT, that's totally different. I'm talking about if you just need to be this much bigger and you're willing, again, it's the cost versus benefit of like if you're just doing it to look a little bit bigger for yourself in the mirror, maybe it's worth it. But you know, um, and they can help people in certain scenarios. But my assumption is when people are like maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. It's not really something you necessarily need to improve the quality of your life. I don't know. Talk to your doctor, right? Don't think like, well, because someone else is using it. Again, you have so much time. If I just slowed down my role in weightlifting and like took some fucking time, I wouldn't have been injured. I would still be huge. I'd still be lifting heavy weights. But I blew my fucking wad too early, too quickly. Okay, so I'm like a cautionary tale of I shot my potential in the fucking foot trying to rush it. So that attitude, it's not about the steroids. It's about the attitude of like, I need everything now, right now, as soon as possible. Why? Do you have a contest coming up that you need to win to get your pro card so that you can afford rent? Maybe it can wait. Maybe you can do an extra year of training and get those gains slowly. Because once you get them, it's so easy to maintain things. I haven't done Bulgarian split squats in so long. I'm at the bottom of a paused rep. It doesn't matter. Okay? You just eventually you learn like how much extra you're doing that it isn't serving you. It doesn't matter. When people that deadlift 1,000 pounds, they do it once every couple months. They don't do that every day because you can't. Oh my, says Cube. Cube says, I'm not gay, your boyfriend is. Hey, bitch. Hey, Chelsea. How you doing? You can't do a lot with just calisthenics. Strong disagree. I think you just got to advance your calisthenics, right? If you can do handstand clapping push-ups, you can overhead press a pretty significant weight. That's a limit. You need progressive overload, right? Well, that's the thing. It's like just because it's calisthenics doesn't mean I don't hang weights from my waist or increase the leverage, right? Progressive overload and calisthenics are not mutually exclusive. It's just that people don't do it. That's all. Speaking of which, all right, let's move on to some pressing movement, and let's get the music going again. Fuck it. Okay, let's get it going. Okay. How we doing, chat? Welcome to the Danger Zone. It's not a bad return. My phone died. I'm back, and your front. They're both here. I can't remember exactly what figure you were talking about because I'm delayed. I'm behind in chat. If it's worth it to you, then that's a choice for you. It's not math, brother. Just weigh a lot of chicken and rice. Just eat a lot and go to the gym. Yep, and rest days and take creatine. Exactly. Damn, you dirty, dirty birdie. Antron, what did you retract? Those are the messages I'm most curious about. You must not be black or white. You must be Asian. Must I? Must I? Just buy dumbbells that are heavy and inject steroids. That is advice from Josiah, not me. Eat small portions more often for real. It works. Yeah, I did this whole stretching my stomach thing. It fucking blew chunks, sometimes literally. Okay, so force feeding is not the way to do it. I'm gonna get you a better angle here. It's not, I mean, look, I had like a schedule for stretching my stomach. Okay, it was fucked. It fucked up my gut for a long time. Machismo, it says my fast food is two McDonald's, no, two McDoubles, no bun, once every Sunday. That's extremely reasonable and sustainable. Okay, so what you're going to see here, I'm not going to be repping out a bunch of dips. Okay, but what I do is I'm putting a little bit of my weight on the floor, just like kind of the weight of my feet, and then okay, it's about being strong in certain ranges of motion. I am no longer trying to do 12 reps, 3 sets, or whatever. Okay, I've been in the game for too long. I can do it by feel at this point, which I don't recommend for beginners, but once you've done it enough, you can tell, you know when you're pushing yourself, you know when you're fatigued. The mind muscle connection is more powerful than any kind of program you could have. And then see, I've been leaning forward, so I'm going to take my feet forward so I'm more here. Really stretch the shoulder. And again, it's I'm not doing strength work. I'm getting strong in these compromised positions. And so I'll work a short range, right? I call it muscle flossing, and then I'll like floss down here, floss in here, right? Move forward and back to kind of work the wrists a little bit. Okay, and then you get a sick tricep pump. Do you understand me? Cube says, I use steroids and it made me hairy like you. See, that's maybe the other thing is that I already have very high testosterone. I don't know what it is, but I've been like this since I was like 6 years old. People would ask my parents, "Aren't you feeding him?" And it's like, yeah, we feed him a lot. It doesn't, it just, I've just looked like this. So for me, I don't have to think about taking steroids because I'm already at the high end. Like if I went to a doctor and they'd be like, "No, are you fucking stupid? You're balding. You've got so much. We're gonna take some out and give it to some other people." Pure Technique. Yeah, I drink protein shakes. I blend them with fruit and milk, yogurt, organic peanut butter. But it's a supplement. I'm not overdoing it. Exactly. Exactly. That's the way to do it. I mean, we both knew you know what you're talking about. Machismo says, LOL, steroids aren't recommended. Just put in the work natural. Exactly. It's not that hard. People think it's harder than it is. Then they go to the gym and they're like, wow, that's uncomfortable. And then they give up. It's the being uncomfortable for, if you just do it for long enough, it works out. All right, is this gonna, I'm gonna move this. Okay, we've done legs, push, and we'll cycle through these a couple more times. Now we're gonna do the pull on the back side. Regulars have seen this move out of me a lot. It's one of my staples. I think anyone that does any kind of calisthenics or martial arts should do some kind of version of what I'm about to do here. Celia. Hello, hello, hello. I don't know if you're high-fiving. Cube says, nah, steroids all the way. Josiah says, steroids has helped many people in the gym community. It's also hurt many very young teenage boys that don't understand that the social ranking in middle and high school don't fucking matter, right? So it's I've seen too many people on social media They're 17 years old. They've already fucked over their hormone production for the rest of their lives. Just to have like more acne and to get the kind of muscle you could get naturally in if they just put like 2 extra months in. Cube says, I'm natty and I use steroids. Burning the candle at both ends, I see. Larry Wheels is natural and he never took steroids. Right. Okay, well then, I've got a lot of things that I've done, if that's the case. So here, I'm just getting the scaps rotated around and engaged, going from like a total collapse into an active position, right, where I pull my head kind of out of the turtle shell. So what I'm doing here is I'm engaging the lats, right? I'll give I Love Tacos a little treat early. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm getting into this activated position. You can see my core is lit up, my lats are engaged, my scaps are engaged, and then I'm going to drop the pelvis to stretch the bottom from the bottom of the lat while I stay active up here. Okay, so it's like loaded stretching is what I'm doing. Resisting the eccentric. I'm trying to develop absorbing power. Right? All of my back problems, everything have come from compression, right? Heavy weight on the spine while it's twisted. If I expand, I'm good. So for me, this is better than necessarily doing a bunch of like rowing this way. Okay. I do rows for my elbows, right? I'll do like false grip rows here to work the grip, but this is not at all about my back. So again, like I'm using my back as a fulcrum, not as a force producer necessarily. It's kind of like I'm falling and I catch myself and I slow the descent. I'm practicing turning the brakes on. I've been practicing using the accelerator almost exclusively for decades. So, now is the period of my life where I'm trying to just be able to be resilient against load, not necessarily throw somebody 20 feet in the air. You know what I mean? 300-pound man ass. Why he sound like my uncle? Well, I get big unk energy. Because your uncle is gay too. Well, very clever, Cube. Pure technique. Honestly, if you're doing something destructive like football, MMA, etc., you need something to help the crowd. Yeah, you do. Again, because the expectations are so ridiculous of people. It's like you do all the training and the prep where you're dieting down to artificially get your weight under the limit, dehydrate yourself so that your performance is going to be dog shit, and then you go fight for your fucking life. It's all min-maxed, and it's bothers me, obviously. What do girls take for muscle growth like that? They also take steroids. The plan is not different for women and men. Eat high protein. Make sure your fats and carbs are on point. Eat the calories that you need to either gain or lose weight, right? So if you're not gaining weight and you want to, you have to eat more. But I'm eating it up. No, you're not. No, you're not. If you want to gain weight and you're not gaining weight, you're not eating enough, period. Okay? You could be stressing out and that anxiety is running up your baseline metabolic rate. Then you need to eat more. Okay? Or chill the fuck out and then you'll be eating right. Mad Beast King, having one meal a day, I've been sticking to the same diet. 1 bowl of vegetables, 1 bowl of rice, 4 pieces of chicken, nothing but water. Is that enough for fat? I don't think so. Honestly, I mean, depending on if you're like very, very overweight and you have like 100 extra pounds of fat on you, you can get away with it for a long time. But there's very low fat in chicken. So what I would recommend is pepper in some fish with the chicken. Fish is very lean, the fats are good, and they will help you in other ways. And it's not enough to make you fat. You'd have to eat a fuck ton of fish and probably fried fish to get fat on it. You need fat for your brain. Andrew Taint, Cube, you voted so long ago. Just do push-ups, brother. Legs don't work. Unless you have a gym membership, do legs. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Who, me or Mr. Clean? Okay. We gotta vote for Mr. Clean. Okay, Mr. Clean, right here. One Mr. Clean. 403 Andrew Tates. You sound like my Uncle Robert. You kind of look like Andrew Tate. Anyone tell you that? You know, no bullets. 404, result not returned. If you're taking creatine, you need to be doing full body workouts. I don't necessarily agree with that. To maximize the benefit, yes. But some people aren't interested in maxing out. And here's the thing. You don't have to do everything, right? If you just swam frequently every day, you'd be very healthy, very fit. You don't bench press. Oh my God, who gives a shit, bro? Like, we over isolate and oversimplify or overcomplicate fitness and movement. Okay, as humans, we're not built to do this. Okay, we're meant to do like this shit and like climb and stuff. So how you do it kind of doesn't matter. You just need to resist external forces, challenge your body in a variety of ranges of motion, and prioritize the basic fundamental human movements: pushing, pulling, squatting, hinging, and carrying things. Some people don't need huge legs. Boxers don't work on their legs very much. They should, but they don't. Does that mean they're pieces of shit or they're unhealthy? No. Unbalanced, yes. But you don't need balance necessarily. I mean, look at how big my arms are compared to everything else. I'm not balanced. Ever considered taking steroids? Briefly when I was bodybuilding, and I was getting competitive. But the amount of eating and stress on my body and joints, I mean, I was waking up to eat. I was taking food from the college cafeteria to eat on the way home from eating 2 Thanksgiving meals. It's too much. So I would have to eat more because steroids don't make it easier. It just makes it happen faster. But that means I'd have to eat more and stretch my stomach more, and get bloated as fuck and have stretch marks on my fucking biceps and stuff. For me, it wasn't worth it. And I injured myself, and then I found another movement practice at the time, so I kind of moved on from bodybuilding. 8 months clean. Hell yeah, Chelsea. That's what I'm fucking talking about. That's hard. Addiction is easy. Rick, go fuck yourself. If you think addiction is easy, you don't know anything. Okay? What a blessed existence it must be to not have addiction affect anybody around you, anyone you love, right? Just to say it's easy. Oh, it's so fucking, you know what's easy? Making inane comments in a YouTube chat and never having to back up or be accountable for what you say. See, I show my face because I back up the things I say. Okay, and if I insult you, it's going to be for a specific reason. Addiction's easy. Fuck yourself, Rick. Oh, wow, getting racial. What an interesting way to get banned. I get hooked on shit just to quit. Okay. How far did you get in Crimson Desert, Brother Bear? I think I'm in chapter 8. I am working in like the Tash Kalp area. I think I'm about to break through that though. So I haven't moved my camp to Pyloon. I've got lightning and wind. I don't have fire or ice. Um, I think I told you this over Discord, but Cliff's mostly leveled up beyond like where you have to get some story thing to unlock the next level. Scott Allen. Hello, Kyle. Good sir. How are you, Scott? It's good to see you. What are you doing this weekend? If there was a zombie apocalypse and I couldn't get access to my steroids, I'd freak out. Exactly. Exactly. Right? Oh, I rely on the rarest minerals in order to power my machine. Okay, well then you're very limited. I choose not to be limited. I choose the renewable, sustainable method. Stay hard. Drink pineapple juice. Is that what that does? Makes you hard. A little more pressing. Let's get over here. If you're tall and take steroids, you'll naturally get attention. Brother, if you're tall, full stop, you'll get attention. Tall, skinny dudes with no muscle get more action than anyone else on the planet. Mad Beast. Well, that's the thing. I'm just looking at myself in the mirror. I'm just obsessed with my body. So am I. And that's what I mean is there's enough for you to do naturally over the next 20, 30, 40 years. You could never reach your limits naturally and still train 6 days a week. So at a certain point, it's like, again, you're obsessed with your body, but you're willing to poison part of it, potentially permanently, in order for a short-term buff. I mean, I can't imagine a world for me where that's worth it in terms of the cost, the time, the damage to the body. It's just a lot, you know? And again, for what? Because I used to be big, but now I don't care about being big. There may be a time in your life where you no longer are obsessed with being as maximally muscular as possible. And when that day comes, you may regret being impatient. I mean, how many times have your goals changed in the last year, 5 years, where you thought, I'm going to be a firefighter, and then no, you take a totally different route. Your goals and priorities and the things you value will change over time, particularly the older you get. The older you get, you start dropping shit off. You stop caring about what other people think. You stop caring about what's in the mirror. I've got gray hairs and wrinkles, and I don't give a shit. It's amazing. And you have to get to that point to realize, like when you're a teenager, you think everything matters. Oh, my crush rejected me. Oh, it's all over. So dramatic. There are 8 billion people on the planet and more variables than you could possibly account for. You could choose to live 1,000 different lifetimes with what you have available now, okay? Getting a black belt used to be very, very, very important to me. I got my black belts. Okay, and what I realized, I trained for years to get these black belts. Years. You could argue decades. Every time I got one of these belts, nothing was different. I felt a small amount of accomplishment, but I wasn't like, oh my God, there was no epiphany. There was no emotional overwhelm. There was no breaking of the floodgates of, it just was another day. We had a little ceremony, I did with my sensei. It was great. But then, okay, next class, let's get it going. It doesn't matter, man. I got all these belts to realize I was already a black belt the whole fucking time. I just needed someone to sign the paperwork, right? So, again, you will change over time. You must change over time. Okay? How many people have you met that seem exactly like the kind of person they were in high school, but they're 60 years old? No change means no improvement. No change means stagnation. Okay? And that goes for your body and your mind. Again, there will be a day where you don't give a fuck about anyone else's thoughts. If that's not today, that's fine. But it's not going to matter. And the decisions you make today may be permanent based on goals that are going to change in the future. Okay? If you're 80 years old and you just want to get jacked and do a bunch of drugs or whatever, you know, I can't argue against you doing that, except legally I can. But you know what I mean? Like, you're thinking about, I need the black belt. Then what? Well, then I'll be a black belt. Okay. What'll be different? Exactly. Get over your insecurities. Okay? You think about your body more than anyone else ever will in your life. You notice things nobody ever will. No one will ever be as critical of you as yourself. What's hot for me is a sober person, says Pure Technique. Have goals and be a good person. Seems harder than you'd think nowadays for whatever reason. Mad Beast. I was always bullied in school because being fat, I take my appearance really seriously. I care about my body more than I care about women. And that's great, man. You don't have to prioritize women. You don't have to prioritize any of that. Look, I'm the poster child for caring about your body, okay? I was bullied too. I had a rolling backpack. I was in the gifted program, okay? I was smart. People fucking hate that. People pick on the people they are intimidated by. They see this guy that's overweight, and it's like, how can he live his life happy? He can't be happy. I need to make him unhappy because he's fat. They're fucked up, okay? And don't fuck yourself up. It's fine to be obsessed about your body and your health. That's great. But at a certain point, it's not healthy, right? Min-maxing your body fat percentage, not very healthy. Bodybuilders do it for a very short amount of time, and they're monitored by doctors constantly. Night of Kadosh says steroids are gay. Josiah says steroids make you jacked and scary. Bro, look at the Larry Wheels content where he got his ass handed to him by a couple bantamweights, people that weigh less than I do. They picked him up, spun him around, and tossed his ass on the fucking ground. So, you know what's scary? Underestimating someone because they're skinny and then getting slammed on your fucking neck because you were arrogant. That is scary. Judge J, you sound like a kid. Yeah. Hi, Wendy. Can you do your man voice? Okay. Hi, Olivia. You look very athletic. Wow, you're weak. Wow, Ash. One of my fondest memories is the day that I asked you for your opinion on the subject. I'm having trouble remembering exactly what day that was. Can you remind me what day it was exactly that I asked you about that? Because it's one of my favorites. You know what's weak, Ash? Having an anonymous account with, a red hat. That explains a lot. Continue projecting, sir. I know you must to maintain your sanity and ego. JC Penny. Hola. Thanks for sponsoring with me, because that's how all ads start. Okay, I'm not sponsored by JC Penny. Does that company exist anymore? I haven't seen a JC Penny since like 2001. Okay, let's go a little lower. Get higher dip squats, bro. Get higher dip stations, bro. Consider for a moment that maybe, just maybe, there's a reason and a purpose to them being low. Almost as if I'm going to show you in a moment. Patience. Josiah, patience. If this is a life risk, what happens if I work out too much and my body locks up? Should I go to the doctor, take an ice bath to relax? Ice baths are only good for diminishing local inflammation. Inflammation is, if it's preventing you from moving or it's hurting, then you need to do something about it. But inflammation is part of the recovery process. If you don't get inflamed, you don't get blood flow to your muscles. So if you take Advil after a workout, you're not building muscle. You just turned it off. Throw those away. What's the channel about? The channel, okay, is about my massive noggin and the things that are contained inside that I can give to you so that you can have incredible laughs. You can learn karate. You can steal all of the powers that I have been accumulating over decades of my life. Okay? I went through years of training, so I can just tell you how to do it right away. Okay? You go to a dojo and you ask them how to do a question mark kick. That's not a white belt technique. You gotta wait. I'll tell you right away. You want to learn a question mark kick? Here's how you do it. I don't need to gate information to drip feed you, because if you value what I have to say, you'll keep coming back. And if I have to charge you or gate you or artificially pace you, then I'm milking you, which I'm not going to do. You look like if Andrew Tate and James Murray had a baby. I do, don't I? It's about a gay guy working out, which most gay guys aren't as strong as this guy. You guys are hilarious. I'm addicted to working out, says Mad Beast. I can't stop. I feel today's not enough. 200 sit-ups, 200 push-ups, not enough. Why do I feel this way sometimes when I work out? It feels like I'm not doing enough. You're in your head, brother. I've been there. The entire reason I have injuries that are permanent are because I was addicted to working out, and I refuse to let it go when I should have. You are addicted because you get stimulated, right? It stimulates your nervous system, your muscles. You exert yourself, you get endorphins. Huge. Particularly if you've been seeing results from working out, it gets addictive because you think, oh, I just do more, and that means more results. Okay, so if you're thirsty, by that logic, I should just hit you with a fucking fire hose down the throat because more is better, right? There's a limit. There's a certain amount of diminishing returns. And I know you got to find, if you're addicted to working out, you got to find something that is sustainable that you can do frequently. Okay? So here, let me show you what I was going to do with these. What are you doing, bro? You're not working anything. I'm working my fucking tongue dealing with the trolls. I'm even tearing my own relationship apart with my girlfriend. I'm so obsessed with my body. Yeah, that's a bad sign. Okay? Because the problem isn't the working out. The problem is your perception of your body, right? And that you are assigning value to your physical shape above everything else, right? And your girlfriend probably says, "You look great," it's too much. People told me that too, and they were right. They were absolutely right. The problem isn't that you're addicted to working out. It's that you are addicted to trying to solve the problem, right? Over and over. More. I need to do it now. That's not how the body works, bro. You can't eat all the food you're ever going to eat today. You have to wait. Things happen in cycles, and you have to allow the cycles to happen, which means you go forward and back and forward and back and forward and back until eventually you work your way there. Okay? You have your whole life to exercise. Don't fuck up your back like I did and limit yourself, because you know what's terrible? Being addicted to working out and not being able to do all the things you want to do. I'm telling you right now, if you abuse your body right now because you're addicted to it, you will shoot yourself in the foot. It's like if you were addicted to drugs and you made it so that the drugs didn't work on you anymore. What are you going to do then? Anyway, have you ever considered using bricks for push-ups and decline? That's exactly like that is the progressive overload, is increasing the range, increasing the angle. High tech deck. Hello, Miguel. Wide push-ups, diamond push-ups. Solo leveling is a badass anime. Sensei, have you heard of it? No, but I will now. Solo leveling anime. What exercises are those, bro? Okay, so they're low right now because I pulled my neck. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to decompress it. What is considered enough? It's when changes are happening, right? So if you're getting bigger muscles, if you're getting leaner, if it's happening and you feel okay, your joints are okay, your energy's okay, you're fine. If your progress is declining, your strength is declining, if your joints hurt and you're tired all the time, too much. Okay, so if you aren't seeing more gains for the more you're doing, you've exceeded. Okay, so you gotta pull it back. You've practiced doing more than enough. Try doing a little bit less. If I had done a little bit less, I would have 30 extra pounds of muscle and no back problems. I'm begging you give yourself 1 day of rest a week, maybe 2, because you grow when you're resting. The working out is expending. It's paying money. It's not taking money in. Sleeping, resting, that's when you get the return, the money. So the more you sleep, the more you rest, the more you get out of what you're doing, then you don't need to do as much. But that means you can do more, right? You can do less intense. You can do 2-a-days. You need to eat more, bro. Or what? What are you going to do? If I look like that, I wouldn't stream. Well, if I had that kind of attitude, I wouldn't get very far in life at all, would I? Okay. These are low so that I can step on them and pull to get some trap decompression. And I'm going to resist into it. So it's kind of like holding a weight and like a long duration hold, okay? That's why they're so low. Patience, okay? So I'm going to pull against an immovable force. I'll do it this way. Okay, now I'm going to lift my feet and allow my spine to stretch. Again, this is not about building muscle. Dude looks like me without the dad belly. Yo, you're up? That's right, Spider. I don't believe the Larry Wheels comment. What are you doing, bro? You're wasting time. You could be doing triceps and chest, bro. Oh my God, if only I hadn't forgotten about triceps and chest. Because I don't have enough triceps as it is. Listen, Josiah, you're really showing your age, okay? Doing this fake concerned. Oh, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm just worried. Relax. The war between me and cat stance continues. Why, Spider? What's the? I love cat stance. What's it about? Now I'm focused. Am I that far behind? Wow, interesting. Yeah, guys, if you get racist or use slurs, you get banned. Is this physical therapy at home? Yes, that's exactly what it is. It isn't a tricep or chest workout. Thank you, Makismo. What accident did you suffer? How were you injured? Deadlifting 585 pounds, I tore the longitudinal ligament on the right side of my spine. That's what I did. Take creatine. I don't take commands. So keep running your mouth. I mean, it's your oxygen. What kind of physical therapy is this? Sort of loaded stretching, and then I'm doing essentially sort of like a hybrid loaded eccentrics and PNF stretching. PNF stretching is like when you stretch something, right? When it gets stretched, you contract the muscle at that end range, and then you relax it and let it straighten, flex, straighten, flex, straight. It's kind of like that. So if I were going to train my chest, which let's just go over here. Let's just do it. Okay. Take creatine. Eat more. You're not big enough. That's what you sound like to me. What the hell is that diet? It's like my 600-pound life. This guy's a creep. Okay. Definitely someone you see on Dateline. I don't really watch those shows. You're kind of telling on your preferences. Baldy over there. What's it like to have no hair? Is it hot or is it cold? I don't know because I'm not old. I started going bald at like 23. It's the high testosterone. Maybe you don't know anything about that. Okay, so here's what I mean. So I'm in this stretched position with my chest, right? Stretched. Now I'm going to engage the chest, right? You can see it engaging there, here, and then while I'm contracting, continue to stretch more. It's very advanced. You could hurt yourself doing this. I'm just at this point in my training that I can. Okay, and so I work out in this range. I'm just getting comfortable here. I can do dips with a 20-second pause at the bottom because I'm comfortable. No way, this got to be that one Sigma Alpha guy's alter ego. I'm wholesome Andrew Tate. You look like gay Andrew Tate. I love tacos. Don't listen to whatever anyone says. You're such an attractive man. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a muscle, people. Okay. I need to do some... oh, yes. More triceps. So again, we're going to do... Tate is a D-bag. That's true. Oh, right. I forgot. Stop the music. What? I said stop. Okay. Okay, someone said I look like gay Andrew Tate. Oh my goodness. You found Andrew Tate's alternate gay account. Nice work. Okay, so here's the thing. I'd like to get to 420 by the end of stream if possible, but you know, we're just going to see what happens. 405, one Mr. Clean. Tate's a D-bag. Yeah, the universe created me to balance out things. Andrew Tate is such an enormous douchebag that I have to be so incredible and positive and attractive and just the opposite. It's like Anakin Skywalker shit. I got to balance the force, you know. Just Keep Driving says, I do dick ups 100 a day. You're not Tate, bro. Chill out. He is the top F. He's the bottom G. I'm I'm sorry, I have a six-pack. I don't really care about that. Well, local sensei really thought I would work on something on my own, but never told me. He figured I would just work on cat stance on my own and never told me till now, since his teacher was there. Okay, Spider, that's an old school attitude that I don't like. A lot of old school guys will just say, you should just be figuring shit out, and I'll speak to you once every fiscal quarter, you know, and they just put it up to you. That's bullshit. I mean, some things, yes, you do need to work out on your own, and you need to like do the thinking process. But saying, "Oh, I just assumed you would," that's a bad teacher, dog. Like your teacher should be giving you feedback, or if you ask, they should just tell you directly and tell you how to do it. That's the whole point. That's their whole existence. Okay, so here's what I do for my triceps. Okay, so this is like a reverse pullover. So the rings are braced up against this backstop, which is going to give me, it's less unpredictable, right? But I can get into this extreme range here, if you can even see. And from here, I can do like a tricep extension out of it. But while I'm doing this, I get a stretch in the back. I get lat activation. Okay, I get all these things. You could be working triceps. Yeah, I'm working triceps plus right now. Okay, and same thing here. So I'm moving around in the end range. I'm not pressing necessarily for a bunch of reps. I'm just kind of living in this space, flexing the spine, extending, right, extending the arms a little bit. Just see, I'm working at like a fascia level, the connective tissues. Okay, my muscles are fine. They're doing great. It's the things that connect them where you get all of that's the Spider-Man build, that's the old man strength, it's all connective tissue, nervous system, okay? So even in this position, I can do like curls. You can't really see necessarily. You can do like wrist curls in this position as well. So it really opens up everything. And then to hit the other side, reverse it. Are you going for mass or just core? Neither. Show us your meat. For free? LMAO, your arms are small. Okay. Well, if that makes you feel better, I'm happy for you. Okay. I wish my biggest problem was someone else's arms being small. Gay Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's the gay Andrew Tate. The call's coming from inside the closet, brother. I don't believe this guy at all. You don't have to. That's the great thing. You don't have to do anything. I'm not holding you here. You don't have to be here. You don't have to speak to me ever again. You could hide my channel from your feed forever. You don't have to do anything. Andrew's taint. That's funny. You're the perfect shape for a bottom G. Well, you would know, wouldn't you? Hey, Kyle. Hey, Kura Maronin. So frustrating. Bro's addicted. Bro, you're addicted. You say you don't like me or you don't like being here, but you're still here, okay? Pick a lane, dog. I mean, the funniest thing is that the trolls think that they're doing something by being negative. All they're doing is driving up engagement. You're giving me watch time. You're literally supporting me. So I hope the attitude is worth it. Okay, here's another thing. The dinguses in chat probably have never seen. Dude's a clown. I'm literally performing for you right now. What do you want? If you fight with comments, you shouldn't be streaming. Oh, what are you gonna tell them? You gonna tell my mommy? LMAO jump scare. Alien off American Dad. Roger. Okay, nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Where'd the marker go? See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay? If you're gonna troll, come up with good material. Roger from American Dad. That is a great one. Oops. ER. Roger. Alien. 1. Nice. I like that a lot. Wish I had money for video games. Yeah. Not satisfied with the free to play. I mean, there's always a cost, right? Are you a real person? Yeah. What else would I be? Bro, you might as well end it. You might as well save that attitude for someone who gives a shit. You think I got this six pack and the guns and the confidence to go on live and blast all of my shit because you're gonna hurt me? Bro's so butthurt. Really? Andy Tank, that's another vote. Where'd the marker go? I swear to God. Okay. You guys, it's so funny. Andy Tank. Okay, I'm gonna hide the spam. You live your life for the hypothetical situation instead of what you're doing right now. What are you talking about? I'm working out right now because I feel like stretching myself right now. So I'm doing exactly what I want to right now. Pura Maroni is I see. Having a good morning. Bro's head's taller than me. Too much brain. Sorry. Dude's growing bonsai trees on his shoulders. Not just my shoulders, brother. See that? See that? You see this? Oh no. Does this concern you? Have I triggered you? Bro's the Timu Andrew Tate. Dude, every roid takes half a year off your life. Tall and skinny is more genetically desirable. I used to be big. Yeah, George, I used to really listen to what you said. You get no bitches. Interesting. Tell that to the bitches. One hunch man, that's nice. Show that butt. Not for free. OMG, it's a confidence builder YouTuber. They're so narcissistic and dumb. My content's about karate, and it's not about building your confidence. Michael Hearn's like 100 years old. He's doing fine. Yeah, I'm sure he's doing great. Show us your butt, or I'm unsubbing. Well, that's not the kind of person that deserves my butt. So you're going to have to work a little bit harder. Guys, what's Bro even talking about? I hear they're expensive. Kuda Maroni says, got to keep as much muscle on as natural as possible. Roids are lazy loser trash. Exactly. That's brokey bullshit. But your weight class, though. But I don't care. What happens if I don't fucking care? Jesus. Whatever you dream important is what's fulfilling you. Some people need hormone therapy. Just therapy. But they never will because they're weak and they're too scared. What if a therapist hurts my feelings? Who do you know in high school that's now 60? Somebody get this man a McDouble ASAP. Okay, this stretch is kind of like the Maltese or planche position, right? So I'm pressing down with my shoulders and biceps. This way. Here I'm doing like a upright row sort of deal. See here, I'm contracting my muscles, but I'm in a stretched place because I'm falling towards the ground. See, I only come up to a 45 because this. Do you see? Do you see the plan? My girlfriend pegged wimps like you. If you think somebody that's getting pegged is a wimp, I don't think you can handle anything. But I'm Carly, just at Burger King. Kuda says hormone therapy is done under doctor's supervision for health, not for able people to abuse for lazy muscles. Where's your shirt? Someone was talking out of their ass so much that it got sucked up in there, looking like a hairy human dildo. Do you know how many people would pay me to be exactly that? I don't know. Should I put my shirt back on, chat? Hi, Marinara. Shave that back, though. Why? Don't get racial. You're a very happy person. That's good. One Punch Man if he didn't lock in. You're right. Okay, well, that's a vote. On the board. Thank you. Except on its head. Oda Block? That you? How tall are you? I'm 5'8". At least you don't look like Asmon. Yeah. So you like being pegged? You are the only person that's brought up pegging. Again, the trolls always tell on themselves immediately. Oh, you must like getting pegged. Getting pegged is not the first thought on my mind. If that seems strange to you, you need to do some self-reflection. It's fun. Get pegged. I don't give a shit. Here's a funny thing. I'm fat. Most people underestimate me, and I usually end up hurting them badly. I have to pick up my weight on a daily basis. That's what keeps my muscles in check. Exactly. Exactly. That's the fucking thing. Oh, you're fat? Yeah, I do squats with 300 pounds all day, every day. Oh, you probably have no muscle. You can't lift me, but I can lift me. I hear you. I hear you, Zepper. It's so fucking frustrating because I've trained people that are overweight. I take them into the gym, and you know what happens? They're strong as fuck, like immediately blowing my numbers out of the water. And yeah, they're heavier than me, so it's like weight classes, but their nervous system is cranked up so to where lifting hundreds and hundreds of pounds is not a problem. But then you have to hold back as the stronger person and not hurt them by accidentally, it's so fucking stupid. Martial arts requires training and focus for years to get black belt in most forms. It's a very difficult journey, has very little to do with fighting. This guy's a joke. I'm glad that you're laughing. I am a clown, right? Swagger daddy knows ball. Zipper, the last fight you had was ripping apart your staple DoorDash order. Swagger, if you have to name yourself Swagger, that's like naming yourself Tiger McWolf Dragon. Okay? You selling coupons? No discounts here. Bro said red hats are bad. He's a blue baller. Now everyone watch out. Oh no, the guy that complains about snowflakes constantly is being a fucking snowflake. You are here. You put your ass behind the screen and you are still here. Again, every second that you look at me, it drives my numbers up. I'm having good numbers today for nothing. Moist critical after shaving his head. Nice. I get that a lot. it goes on the list. All right. Caesar. Oh, wait, du Kaiser. On the board. When a baby is carried for 9 months in a womb and after it comes out, why does the baby's age reset? That's a great question. Don't get racial. It makes me mad. It's called birthday for a reason, genius. Okay, that's also a fair point. You know, you would work out better and more efficiently if you would just shut the fuck up. Interesting, Spiral. Um, who says I'm not being efficient? See, you don't know what my plan. And that's fine. It's okay to be ignorant. Okay. But when you spam stuff like, you know, it'd be better if you actually and a bunch of emojis. What's tough about using 3 different crying, nutting emoji faces? Please. Let me know when I'm supposed to be affected by whatever it is you're spouting. I don't need all of you to understand what I'm doing. It is a TV show. There was once, I'm going to change this music. There was once a skinny guy with a little bit bigger muscles. He picked up 250 pounds in 2 hands. I asked him if he could pick it up with 1 hand. He said no, and I did. We all believe you, Zapper. Everyone is respecting everybody's experience and opinion in chat, aren't we? Yes, sir. Where are we in chat, Brother Bear? That's where I'm at. Probably real fucking behind. I'm also typing this chat from the 4K OLED screen in my 2027 Bugatti. Bugatti! All right. Again, I don't need you to understand what I'm doing here, but how far back is bro in chat? What martial arts do you practice so I know whether or not I should take you serious? Okay. Let's do the list. Okay. It's, let's see, 7 years of karate-ish. I've done about 1.5 years of Muay Thai, about a year of Dutch kickboxing, about 1.5 years of Krav Maga, like 6 months-ish of some BJJ. I have a white belt over there. I've done grappling, capoeira. I took a Taekwondo class once, wasn't for me. What else have I done? I mean, those are the big ones. I always forget 1 or 2 when I do the list. Bro was reading chats from an hour ago. That's how popular. Well, I read all of your chats. Should I not read your chats? You're right, there's a balance. Are you addicted to social media? I've been clean from lots of hard drugs for years, and for me, this is much more dangerous. Yes, we're all addicted to social media. And I'm not a big, I have 1 Instagram picture. I'm not a huge social media person. I'm not very literate. Bro, so slow. I'm reading your comments. If you'd like me to speed up, maybe I should skip all of yours. Bald and slow, exactly. Dog, of course you're being sarcastic. He's addicted to overdoing it. Yeah, that's true, actually. Okay, what I'm doing here, not that anyone gives a shit, adductors are on. I'm doing low back. He will read his comment tomorrow at this point. Yes, sir. Salute. He's going to be reading our comments tomorrow, obviously. I'm just talking to himself now. Okay, well, all right. People bitch if I'm not working out, and they bitch if I'm not talking. When I was on meth and crack, I wasn't even this bad. Is that what social media is doing to motherfuckers? Yes. Yeah. We're working with hardware that's 10 plus thousand years old. The software has not gotten an update. And now we literally have like a nut yourself and eat the most concentrated chocolate and drug button that you can just hit over and over. And dopamine's like dopamine addiction's a thing. They do it on purpose. They made it addictive. Do it before it's too late. Where's bro in the chat? Social medias are rotting our brains. Lord have mercy. I'm just being honest, it's crazy. Why am I watching this in the gym is the real question. Kyle has dandruff. I don't have dandruff. I do have dry skin, but it's not dandruff. I feel my testosterone dropping by the minute because I'm absorbing it. It's for me. You can't have it back. Okay, this is how I get the testosterone through this spot. That's why it's bald, okay? You're right, social media ain't what it used to be. Yo, Kyle, you can't read this shit. Or what? What are you gonna do? Kiss me? I'm 32, bro. Swagger Daddy. My T levels are in hell. Are we gonna play some Marvel Rivals today, bro? Take a break from Crimson. I'd have to download the game again and remove Crimson Desert from my hard drive. So probably not today, but very soon. Somebody slap some sense into this goofy. Oh, gosh! Go to a clinic, Brad. Hopping on some TRT could be life-changing in a couple ways. Don, haven't used it since we did Instagram and Snapchat in college. Been on YouTube for a few days and it has me tripping. Take a toll on my mind like hard drugs did for real. I'm going to delete this app. That's the thing. The algorithm puts you into a hole, a little echo chamber where you just hear the same thing over and over and over because that's what you want to hear and you feel good and you do that every 10 seconds. That's the point. They've engineered it so your attention span is damaged. Even if your serum levels aren't low, if you have symptoms of low T, a lot of clinics will still help you out. That's true. Bro, King Kyle guarantee looks in better shape than 90% of the trolls. Again, you know this Pure Technique, but they are just telling on themselves. It's like the guys that immediately come into chat and are like, you're probably in your mom's basement. No. But now I think that you are in your mom's basement, right? It's like if you walked into a room and said, oh, I bet you guys kick puppies in here. No, but now everyone is suspicious because why would you talk about that? That's not on anybody's mind. My sexy man is on live. Thank you, Hank Stank Productions. I am. It's my habits, man. I quit smoking last year after 18 years. Quitting alcohol recently. That's huge. Bro said King Kyle. Oh! Bro used the laughing, crying emoji 20 times in chat and thinks he's being effective at all. You think you're taking me down at all? Okay, you think I can wear a karate outfit on YouTube Live and that your little horse shit's gonna affect me? I'm gonna have a great day today. I'm gonna stream again later tonight, and you guys can show up and you can tell me how gay and skinny I am, okay? Because every time you do, it gets me closer to making money from this shit. So go ahead. Stop watching YouTube shorts, bro. Even long form content on YouTube. But yeah, delete YouTube and just watch movies or shows. Or go do things. Take up a hobby. Larry Wheeler's wife, Larry Wheel's wife gives him natural testosterone straight from the source. Bro, Larry's been on injectables since he was like 15. Okay? All right, we're going to do a little ab stretch. Again, it's not about reps. So everyone chill your fucking gourds. Nice, Brad. Quitting alcohol turned my life around. It was the beginning step for me. It's hot in here today. It is. Proven fact, men with hairy chests have a higher IQ. I don't know enough to, either confirm or deny that, but I'm going to take it. I'll take it. Okay. Low ab stretch. If you had a neighbor who smokes weed in his apartment and the smoke goes into your apartment, would you inform the police right away first or leave a note on the door? I would try talking to the neighbor because the neighbor might be cool about it. But if you call the police, then now it's an escalation thing, right? So if you start a fight, you got to expect that someone's going to fight back. If you can talk it out first, it's almost always better, especially with neighbors. What if he plays music super loud, and then just fucks with you in other ways for the rest of your life? Is it worth it? I don't know. Taint, I want to lick you. Wow. I demand money in exchange for my silence. You're feeling better, I see. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, I'm not quite at the point where I can, go wild. See, even that, it's like, but we're getting there. Hard part is the friend circle I got are all drinkers, right? And that's a problem. Like, you might have to get a new friend group where that's not the hub of the social wheel. Rich ass laugh. That's funny because I'm not. Hi, Sharingan. Add Oda block to that list. I'm gonna look that up. I gotta make sure you're not. Oda block on the list. As an alcohol user, I accept this message. Bro, God, look dead on like Oda block, but paler. Andrew Tate's a legend. He beats women and acts like he's 30 years younger. He acts like anybody likes him at all. He knows they don't. Chew will turn you into a sexual tyrannosaurus. I can't imagine how. Otis still owes me 500 mil? Damn, he's shredded. How do you gain so much power, bro? Well, thank you. I train in a specific way. Like, I don't train for size. I've done one-arm pull-ups before. So I go for like high intensity, low volume, low reps, low sets. So every other day I'm doing like weighted dips essentially, but I'll only do like 2. And then I'll wait and then I'll do 2 more and then that's the workout. It's very nuanced for my situation, but it's essentially like doing a Spider-Man build kind of. I love a bear. You look like a human being. How weird. Your torso to base ratio is 35-65. I don't know what that means. Weirdo. I am. Thank you. Did you listen to I Want Candy? I didn't. I'm sorry, Hoovers. I'm sorry, I haven't. I still have a list of like, hi, gay, are you gay? Hey. I have a list of like martial arts seminars I still have to watch from like either Pure Technique, Quang. He's been giving me a bunch, so I have a lot of homework I still have to do. You should get some mods to get rid of the trolls. I should, but again, the trolls, they don't bother me. If they get weird or racial or whatever, I just ban them. But A lot of people that join the lives say that one of their favorite things about the lives is that I let the trolls be trolls and I roll with it. You know, I think a lot of times trolls get attention, but not in the like they want a reaction. And I don't really give the reaction that so it's unpredictable, you know. So in that sense, I feel like that's part of the entertainment. Can you arch for plastic? I don't know what that means. No disrespect, but you remind me of Impractical Jokers. If we saw them at home, no cameras. That is kind of the vibe I give, isn't it? Thank you. I do look like Murr. I'm going to put that on the board because I know that's what you're talking about. Okay. I love this. We got to finish the workout. Oh no, cringe. Bottom G, son. Put a shirt on. Are you Andrew Tate? Flex those Democrat beta 10-inch soy boy arms. I think they're like 13 maybe. See, calling me a soy boy, that's just an interesting way to get me to do a favor for you. 407. Dragging these balls on your face. Nice. I like that. See, I reward good material. Okay? You remind me of Andrew Tate. Andrew Critical. This is Tate. Roger. This is a pre-recorded green screen on a loop. No, I'm just very behind in chat because I read everybody's chat. Have you ever met Andrew Tate? No. Shut down this stream, trolling from Boston. Asmongold's long-lost brother. That's a fucking dumb question. It's your birthday. No jawline, tiny biceps. That's true. But again, it's like, how are you going to knock me out if you can't find my chin? Okay, best case scenario, you come in with the hook and I'm just going to give it a little kiss. We all know that's what you're here for. If you're walking down south, but you're going up a hill, are you going up or down? Up. Happy birthday. Power bottom, beta, middle G. This guy's so cool. A gay, LOL. I want to oil you up. You say that, but the hair and the oil, it's not a good mix. It takes forever to get anything out of this. You look like the white version of Harold who? I'm gonna look that up. Oh. I'll take that as a compliment. No. Six, 7. Am I supposed to do something like this? No one asked this question. Soon you won't even need a shirt. I thought this was a commercial for body waxing. Damn it! What about drug addiction? What about it? Saitama is our virtue. You look like Murr. What's up, Brody? It's me, Jacob. What's up, Jacob? You party? Okay, we got a couple more votes. You're muted. Am I really? I don't think so. Can't hear you. I think other people can. Hey, hun, my fingers still stink from last night. That's the idea. We talked about this. We did scent play for hours. I mean, don't wash your hands. We got another murder, another Tate. Hey, you're malnourished. Okay. Feral Florida man. It says Diddy. Your mic's muted. Is it really? You look like the missing link. Who is this hairy ball sack? Can you sign? No, I know it's Kyle, I think. Avatar vibes. Nice. Dong stretch. Man has dumped me. Can you please be my boyfriend? Okay. You know what? Sure. Why not? Dude, you need to eat some protein. I'm good. Also, it's just weed smoke. If you try dealing with it, you're probably just overreacting. Why are you frustrated, Spider? I know I shouldn't be this hard right now. Why not? Why not? It's Saturday, okay? Ankle stiffness, bitches. Hi, Ray. My Sir King Kyle. A blessing for thee, kind soul. And to you as well, Musgraf. It's good to see you. Not gonna lie, you look like David Goggins, but white. Thank you. Andrew Tate, how do I get rich? Okay. You're gonna want to. Okay. Now this is how you mog somebody. You're gonna go into a business, wear a suit, mog them, fill out an application, mog the shit out of the interview, get the job. You're gonna show up and you're gonna grind 40 hours a week until you're 65. Well, now you're probably like 75 years old. Okay, and then you're gonna walk away. You're gonna walk away with money every 2 weeks. I think he's saying you got a big head. That was rude. But he's right, though. What race are you so I can use a racial slur? That's one of the few things that we don't allow. Team Andrew Tate. What's your body fat percentage? I don't know. Probably like 10, 11, maybe. I don't know. Okay. You look more like Mr. Clean. Thank you. 409. I don't think we're going to make it to 420. How do you keep a gay person in suspense? How? Tell me, how? You ever try a wig? Yeah, check out my shorts. No offense, but you're absolutely fucking disgusting. Okay. Sending heat from Washington. Gillette sponsor, my guy. That's what I'm talking about. Huh? Is this good TV? You like this, huh? You sick fucks. W. Gooner builds. I'm going to tell my kids this is Andrew Tate. You're not muted, you're fine. Shut up, Andrew Tate. Shut up. I made it to the end of the chat. What's going on here? Well, Gemini, I'm dealing with trolls, dealing with the existential crisis that is looking like Andrew Tate, and, just chilling. Joaquin says, you're annoying. I'm fucking sorry. Ooh, that poor wall. If the walls could speak. What now? Who's gay now? Except everybody in chat. Okay, I need to do a little bit of core, and then we'll probably be done. I need to eat a McDouble before I float away into the clouds or whatever. Nice bottle cap. What do you mean? So who's going to be at stream tonight? Because we're doing a stream later tonight. We try and do one every Saturday night if possible. Bro, if you've been down to smell your food, you're going to light on fire. What? Butt slap pear. Very confusing. What we got left here? 2 hours. Nice. Not bad. Okay. Okay. That's enough of the music. All right. Oh, there is one thing. Why the long face, bro? It's the skull that's long. The face is actually very short. It's right here. You see all of this? See all of this? See how much? We have one more thing to do, and I think I will wear a shirt for this. Actually, no, I won't. We're gonna drive engagement up. No shirts. Maybe I'll never wear a shirt again. You don't know. You don't know me. You can't judge me. Actually, you can. I don't really care if you do. I don't care. You're gonna judge me anyway. I don't care. I'll turn a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So who's gonna be at stream later? I'm thinking probably 7 or 8 p.m. Pacific. I think we'll be doing something a little bit different. This is just me living my life. But later, I think we're going to make a lot of the trolls very happy. Okay, so if you have a problem with me, if you think I look like Andrew Tate, all right, tonight is going to be your opportunity to do something about it. Okay? Bro, shave. Shave what? Name something. See, you can't. Other side. of course, before we leave, we'll do a little pose. Okay? I'm not going to leave you hanging. Do you understand? All right. We'll do a little pose down to finish off the stream, but I expect to see all of you, particularly the trolls, in about 7-ish hours. Okay? We're going to do it again. I'll be presenting a little differently. Okay? So let's do a little check-in here. Find our good lighting. Okay? Here we are. Andrew Tater. Bald. Oh, shit! All right, let's do a little. See, my legs are all it's not big quads, it's the lifting muscles. Okay. I can't really see anything. Actually, I think I'll do another balance, and that'll be the end. Okay. I'm too far away to read chat. I'll be there in a moment. It's good to be lean. Ignore the trolls. Exactly. But I've been big, and the only thing that happened is that I lost the ability to jump. Like I can jump pretty good, but when I was 220, I could get this much of space off the ground. So it's like, yeah, I look strong, but I can't move. Sexy fetus syndrome. Damn. That's wild. That Y is nice. This can't get the like best angle for, you know. I like this angle for my lats. Like the like wrapped around look. Like Titicaca says hard. Thank you. Well, I need to eat at some point, or chat's gonna get upset with me. But here's the other thing: if you think I'm sexy, if you like the way I look, I upload all of my previous streams as well, and I've done some where I'm like legs up in the air. So please watch them, skip around, look for other things, take your screenshots. Okay, I know what you guys are here for, so it's okay. All right. All right, party people, it's time. I hate to end stream every time, but you got to. Weird. That, if you haven't met me clearly. Anyway, all right. Os. Thank you, everyone. If you're bored tonight, again, around 8 p.m. ish Pacific Standard Time, then I'll see you then. I'll try and remember some of these names in case you come back. But what does this say? What is it, Jack? It won't tell me. Timu Chewbacca? Is that you? Yo, Andrew Tate, what happened? Okay, well, we need to do a countdown for the end anyway. So we have one more vote. There's always one that gets in right at the end. Okay, and that is what she said. Okay, so now we made it into the 410s. I was hoping for 420, but we'll definitely get there later tonight. I guarantee that. Okay, Roger the Alien, love that. One Punch Man, couple Murs, couple Mr. Cleans. Moist Critical, Oda Block. Hope your day is good, bro. Enjoy. Thank you. I appreciate that. What happened to Andrew Tate is that he gained a conscience and empathy and actually started taking care of himself, and he basically turned all of his toxic traits into the exact opposite. That's what happened. All right. Goodbye, everyone. I love you all, including the trolls, and I will see you later tonight.